Hey guys, Weapons Grade 47. I want to talk about another Smith & Wesson pistol. This is the Smith & Wesson model 3913. Wonderful gun. It's kind of the thinner cousin of the Smith & Wesson 6906, being that this is a single stack 8-shot pistol, whereas the 6906, wow, I don't know if I can get these both in shot there. Basically the same slide, same barrel, except the 6906 is a 12 round double stack mag gun. This one, single stack, 8-shot. And for the sacrifice of those 4 rounds, you get a really thin 9mm, and this thing is thin, real thin, and it's a lot lighter than the 6906. 3.5-inch barrel, Novak peeps or Novak dot sights, standard Smith & Wesson rolling block. Decocking mechanism, ambi, and I really like this gun. Stainless steel slide, aluminum frame. Give you a little 360 view of it here. This thing is great. I mean, it's just thin, and it's like 911 thin, or 1911 thin. And basically, in a lot of ways, it's just like a smaller kind of 1911, except with the modern safety devices on it, and in 9mm, obviously. But when you carry a gun, and to me, thin is just as important to me as weight is. And when I want to carry kind of a bigger 9mm, bigger pistol, as far as the longer barrel and a really accurate gun, but I don't want the big heft and extra weight of this. And the weight difference is, I don't know, I know this weighs 26 ounces. This one's probably, I don't know, 22-ish, 24. But you can really feel the difference in weight, and this one just actually feels a lot better in my hand. Nice thin grips, thin profile. But yeah, I mean, I like a real thin pistol to carry, because I carry all my guns, well, most of them, something this size inside the waist, and it really helps with concealment and just being comfortable with a thin gun. This gun, like all the Smith & Wesson semi-automatics that I own, never had a problem with it. Never anything hiccup-wise. I've shot hundreds of rounds out of this. And also, like those other guns, super accurate. Has the Novak sights. Great trigger pull. Eight round mag there. Show you that it is empty. Does have the trigger disconnect. Great trigger. This gun basically came out right during the weapons ban '94, with the limited to 10-round magazines, and this being a really popular gun with a lot of police officers. The 6906, as far as a carry gun, a duty gun or a backup gun, they brought out this guy to fill that void, and it did nicely. You know, just another great pistol that Smith & Wesson put out. I don't want to get into too much detail here because really they're the same guns, minus, you know, obviously the larger capacity, the 69.6. You can watch my 69.6 video / rant. I was kind of ranting about Smith & Wesson in the 69.6 video, but anyway, interchangeable barrels and slides on these between the two. And this gun's just really great. Just kind of wanted to do an up close of it. Featured it in one or two of my other videos, and just wanted to talk about it a little bit. So here it is. Hopefully I'll get shooting vids, like part 2s to all of these, and I'll talk a little bit more about them there. I don't like to point out the obvious on, like, I've watched some gun reviews and it's kind of like explaining a gun to a child, and they'll get into details like, well, you got this jibbing here and jibbing here for your fingers, and you know, in the grips and blah blah blah, and chances are if you're looking at a 3913, you know about guns and you know what guns are, and I don't want to spare you know, waste of time on something like that. It's common sense. That's had to get a little rant in there when I'm reviewing a Smith & Wesson, right? So anyway, I'm gonna cut this one a little bit short. I just want to do a little close-up of it. Great gun by Smith & Wesson. Again, I don't know why they stopped making these. Kind of a unique gun, being as the size of it and how thin it is. People have beef. They think, you know, you get a 9mm, you know, and unless it's, you know, a tiny little pocket gun, they want like 17 shots out of the thing, or 15, whatever. But I've always been a strong believer in that, you know, if you need more than a few shots, you should just hand the gun over to them. There's a story, I'll just kind of abbreviate this as much as I can, of the guy, I forget his name, so it really doesn't have that much, you know, that much, I don't know what, but it was basically a man that he holds the record for the most, you know, most confirmed kills with a pistol, and he did it with a 1911. So that just goes to show you, you don't need, you know, all those, you know, all those rounds in a gun. They're good to have. You know, I definitely like carrying a, you know, a high capacity pistol when I go somewhere. You know, just, you know, you have that mindset in your head, like, all right, you know, I got 15 rounds and blah blah blah. But anyway, look how thin this thing is. I mean, this thing is just a gem. Great feel in the hand. Great accuracy. It's a just really well pointing gun. You know, kind of it. So this again, it, you know, the same shape and feel as a 911, but a little bit lighter and a 9mm, the decocker and all that. So anyway, guys, Weapons Grade 47. Check me out. I know this was kind of a quick review. Hopefully, I'll get a part 2. I'll talk a little bit more about it. Although, really don't know what to say more than, you know, telling you about the as far as the barrel and kind of the specs that I know. Nothing. Not going into nothing fancy style with a list and making a 45-minute long video. It's my shout out to nothing. Anyway, check me out, guys.